Hey everyone, this is BlackHawkSC and welcome back to another free mech review. Well, it seems like PGI is on a roll these days with free mechs, but no one's really complaining. Hopefully you've gotten the mech by now, but for those who don't have it, maybe this review will show you whether it's a good C-build purchase later on. For me, I got to know the Uziel from MechWarrior 4 Vengeance. The weird octopus-looking beak and SRM launcher above the head really made it stand out among other mechs in the game. Unfortunately, the design doesn't translate well to NWO since the broad frontal profile of the mech makes it easier to hit and the wide arms causes convergence issues, especially when putting projectile weapons in them. This is why I think the Uziel kind of just came and went without making much of a splash in the game. But I like Underdog Mechs and I'm always willing to give things a shot. It's interesting that the 3P came out as a Solaris champion because you really shouldn't run in Solaris in my opinion. In Division 7, the Vindicator 1X and SIB are much better due to their massive quirks. In QP, the mech has a better chance, but with an abundance of IS 50 to 55 tonners to compete with, the UZL-3P doesn't really have a clear niche. For ballistics focused builds, Hunchbacks have better general quirks and better hardpoint locations. The Enforcers are also mostly ballistic focused, but can supplement them with a number of small energy weapons. The Uziel-3P can only carry 2 energy weapons, and if you went with larger energy weapons, then you have to sacrifice some ballistics. You just can't have both big ballistics and big energy together on a 50-ton chassis. The single CT missile hardpoint is fun to look at, but mostly useless. The only way I can think of using it is if you ran some kind of brawl build, like SRMs and snub-nosed PPCs. But for brawling, pretty much every other 50-tonner is better. Centurions, Crabs, Trebuchets. And getting into the 55-tonners, you'll have the choice of Bushwhackers, Shadowhawks, and Griffins. As far as pop-tarting, the 3P competes with not just the Blackjack 3 and the Vindicator 1AA, but other Uziels as well, namely the 6P and the 2S, both of which offers a quirk that favors PPCs in some way. If you ignore the mechs that it competes with, I do think that using those 2 high energy mounts for, say, dual PPCs is probably the best way to use a 3P. However, if you're familiar with how I build mechs, I tried to find something that is unique to the chassis without making it bad. For the 3P, I think this combo ballistic energy build uses the characteristics of the chassis as best as possible. It competes primarily with the Hunchback 4G and Gridiron, neither of which has JJs, which can be important as a defensive tool as you'll see in my demo video. The Hunchbacks have better ballistic quirks that I think the UAC Jam Chance quirk on the Uziel doesn't completely compensate for. I did a video on a similar build for the Gridiron some time back, so I'm going to put up a card to link you there if you want to see how it plays. Let's take a look at what I've done with the skill tree. Here I make sure to get both magazine capacity skills while focusing on cooldown and heat. I get most of the durability skills, some heat management, and then half the radar deprivation skills. The build plays as a skirmisher. You have to find angles to support your main force as this requires a lot of phase time to put out enough damage. Use the JJs to mess up people's return fire and shield the left side as much as possible. Alright, let's get into a match. In this match we're on Frozen City Conquest. Frozen City Conquest tends to favor laser boats, as we know, mid-range to long-range laser boats. But for the Uziel, it has the advantage of giving us a lot of ways to side peek. If you notice, our weapons are all right-oriented, so it favors this kind of right-side peek playstyle, which the this build is set up to do. Now I want to go for that Vanguard, but I know there's mechs to my right side, so I don't want to get shot in the back if I go for that Sun Spider. And now that there are blips in the Echo 7 area, now we can actually go for the battle there. This is kind of the range where we want to engage in. Not too far, not too close either. We're see how they're kind of clustered up on the right side. So we're able to sort of sneak up on them a little bit from the left side. And that's kind of what we wanted to do, not be right in front of them. And Thanatos gets shot a little bit. But I'm a little bit out of position now, so I need to get back sort of near where my team is. This is too far ahead. You notice the loadout on the Irby. It's a Gauss Irby. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he didn't have a really good time there. This game is over. Good try though, Irby. You should have just seen with ACs and lasers, sometimes you have problems hitting moving targets where you have to lead the ACs before firing the lasers separately. Against slower moving targets is a little bit better, like this Marauder here. Okay, see that Annihilator's got the dual LB10 set up. I don't want to get too close to it. It's behind that building now, but I know that I'd rather shoot. I wanted to shoot it from the side, not just directly engage it from the front. But see, since I've gotten its attention, I'm pumping the jump just to try to make it spread damage. But I was in a good position to back up and have my teammates help me, and the Annihilator paid the price there for trying to engage me. Again, trying to go up the right side instead of, you know, middle or to the left. You can see here how high those energy mounts are. Like you can sometimes shoot above your teammates with those ER lasers. So range Irby. ER large lasers. It's an interesting build for an Irby. So here I know there's some mechs to the right side. I kind of wanted to go shoot that Hellbringer to the left, but that would have left my back exposed. I thought my friendly Marauder was going to go forward, but he backed off and wasn't able to watch my back for me, so I had to come back behind cover. I took some damage there, but if you noticed, what I was doing when I was taking fire was trying to put my jump jets to try to redirect some of that return fire. Also remember that jump jets allow you to turn faster. So I was able to spread damage a little bit there to my left torso. So I'm opened up all over, and I have to be careful here with this last Uziel. You see, as he was shooting me, I pumped my JJs, and I was able to spread some damage to my leg. You see the jump jet turning is much faster. And that is it. Looks like the Hellbringer took out last friendly before dying there. Overall, good match. Okay guys, I hope you didn't just outright sell the free Uziel, although I really can't blame you if you did. I can see how PGI wants to try to get people to play this mech, which obviously doesn't see a lot of game time. I think that maybe some 5 to 10% quirks will put some life into this chassis, as we saw what happened with the Banshee 3S. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for more MWO updates and gameplay videos like this. See you next time, and bye for now.